ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, how are we all doing? Thank you for clicking on another video. I really do appreciate it. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, let's not talk about Call of Duty, right? You know, I feel like I talked about it enough recently and stuff like that. Let's talk about the other games that are coming out within the next few months and stuff like that. I've touched briefly on Battlefield 2042 and how it is much hyped at the moment within the gaming community. You know, could this be a return to form for Battlefield? You know, it did flop with Battlefield 5. They hit an absolute home run with Battlefield 1. So we are all in the gaming community praying that this is a certified banger, let's be honest. And like I said, with the trailers that have been shown, we're going to get a good hype for this game and stuff like that. I'm not too sure about betas and stuff like that at the moment. Let me just have a quick butchers here. But I feel that whenever this beta is coming out and stuff like that, I do think I'll probably play it. But the thing is, the game comes out on the 22nd of October, so we've legitimately only got 2 months. So I don't think that there will be a beta. I mean, there could be a beta. I could be completely and utterly wrong. But whether it makes sense to do one this close, I'm not quite sure. I mean, there's nothing about it. So, you know, look, we know that this game is going to be a hype game. You know, it's going to be brilliant. We all hope it's going to be brilliant, let's be honest. I can only assume that they have knocked it out of the park with it. You know, I'm hoping it doesn't get overrun with, you know, the one problem at the moment that is being hit with all first-person shooters, and that is hackers. We know it's going to happen inevitably, but I don't want it to be a thing right out of the gate and stuff like that. But we'll have to wait and see on that. Like I said, I'm very hyped for that. There will be a lot of Battlefield content from me, more than likely, when it comes out and stuff like that. So if you do enjoy Battlefield, or, you know, if you like the game when it comes out and everything, then yeah, you'll see a lot of gameplay from me, let's hope. Another one, a huge one, is Halo Infinite. You know, I have always been a Halo fan. I can remember playing the original Combat Evolved on my dad's original Xbox, and I can remember playing the other Halo games as I moved on and stuff like that. Now, I never stayed an Xbox kid. I was a PlayStation child until I moved to Xbox when I was around about 18, I think I was, and stuff like that, when I moved over because of my friends and stuff like that. And that's when, you know, I think not long after I got the console, you had the Master Chief Collection come out, which I played the absolute ever-loving hell out of. So for me, Halo Infinite, you know, I'm praying once again this is a return to form for it. And the huge thing about it is that the multiplayer aspect of Halo Infinite is going to be free to play. Now that is freaking huge. Absolutely freaking huge. You know, the main core component of Halo, other than the campaign, let's be honest, is going to be free to play for every single person. Now that doesn't even sound you can't even comprehend how massive that is. If this was a smaller franchise and stuff like that, then it makes a bit more sense and stuff like that. But this is a massive franchise and stuff like that. One of the, you know, the flag bearer, so to speak, for gaming. You know, the gaming national anthem is the Halo theme song. The fact that they've gone, yeah, do you know what? We're going to make the multiplayer free to play. Now, the only thing they haven't done is they haven't really talked about price for the rest of the game. Now, am I going to be honest with you, I'm not going to spend £50-60 on just a campaign. If the campaign is there, I will spend £20 at max, you know, because I do love the Halo campaign and stuff like that. Is something to do. But I'm not spending a penny more than that. If it is over that price, then I won't be buying it. It's plain and simple. I will legitimately just play multiplayer. Simple as that. But I think, you know, that's a massive direction that the Halo franchise has gone into and stuff like that. So, you know, I give them full credit for that. I mean, that's an absolutely outstanding thing. That was one of the things I remember watching at E3 going, holy hell, that's what they've done. So I cannot wait for Halo Infinite and stuff like that. I'm praying it's going to be a banger and stuff like that. But I think no matter what, whatever you think of the multiplayer and stuff like that, it doesn't really matter to them because it's free to play. You know, you can hate it, but you haven't spent any money on it. So you could be sitting there going, oh, I hate this game. Why did I ever download it? But in the back of your mind going, But at the end of the day, I never paid for it. If I had paid £60 for this and stuff like that, I'd be a lot more pissed off, knowing that I'd only get about £38.79 in a local CEX or X. But the added benefit of not having to pay for it and everything, it changes your opinion on things and stuff like that. You have a more open mind going into it, and if you don't like it, fine, you just uninstall it and stuff like that. You haven't spent any money, you haven't lost any money, simple as that. So yeah, I'm really, really hyped for that. Far Cry 6 is another game coming out later this year and stuff like that. Now, the last Far Cry game I actually played was Far Cry 3. And I really did love it and stuff like that. I haven't had a chance to play 4 and 5, but I've seen the footage of it, and I know people absolutely love it. I've seen the trailers for number 6 and stuff like that, and it's a game that I do think I'm going to be playing, plain and simple. The Far Cry franchise is just... It has a core fan base and stuff like that. It's a very simplistic fan base. You want a game... if every game was like Far Cry 3, but put into a different world and new villains and stuff like that, I don't think a lot of people would mind. So I'm really gonna have to dust my old Far Cry head off and everything, and get that game when it comes out and stuff like that. You know what? I'm absolutely going to be all for it. Another one, whether it comes out this year or not, is a huge thing at the moment. It keeps getting delayed, and it does suck. And that's Dying Light 2. Now, I played the original Dying Light when it first came out, when it was brand spanking new, and I absolutely fell in love with it. It was one of those franchises that the concept of a zombie survival game with a parkour element just seemed too crazy. And you played it, and while there were some bits were very, how can I put this, boring, were very simplistic and stuff like that, I think the overall, they had a good basis for the game, and then they started pumping in the DLC, and it slowly started to revive the game a little bit more and stuff like that. And then they're dropping number 2. Let's hope that they work on the issues from the first game and stuff like that. We know it's going to be a day-night cycle like the first one, a massive open world, and you're going to have co-op gameplay as well. I do know for a fact I think my mates are going to be grabbing it as well, so I will probably play in co-op with them. I did enjoy the co-op in the first game and stuff like that. The only thing is if you joined someone's world, you played obviously on their thing and stuff like that. So obviously if you hadn't gotten that far, obviously you could jump ahead. Say they were 98% of the way done and you were 70% of the way done, you've missed 28% of the action, you can't go back and do it. There's got to be some form of balance between the two and stuff like that, let's hope. But currently it's scheduled for an initial release date of the 7th of December, so we can only hope that is the case. But the thing is, this game was first premiered at E3 in 2018. That is huge. The hell? Why am I now seeing something about the fact that it's... So Dying Light 2 is dead, but Dying Light 2 Stay Human is... What? Okay, that's weird. So it's launching under a new title and stuff like that. Right, so you'll be playing as Aiden Caldwell in a story set 20 years after the events of the original game. The devs say you'll be able to pick up the story here, no problem, even if you haven't played the original game. Okay. We'll have to see what that means for the game and stuff. That was announced back in May and stuff, but I really have not paid too much attention to this. Going on to a sort of a lighter note and stuff like that, for a racing game and stuff like that, we have Forza Horizon 5 coming. Now, I'm a massive Horizon fan. When I got the console, the Xbox One and everything, the third iteration of the game was being released a few months later, and I fell in love with it in Australia. When number 4 came out, I fell in love with it in my home country and stuff like that, of the UK and all that. Absolutely fell in love with it. The replayability is still so much. Number 5, there is so much to do. There is, there's single player, there is multiplayer, there's party games, the game looks absolutely unreal and stuff. And I think that's what all Forza Horizon games do look. They look absolutely astonishing. They look as if you go, how is that even possible to be made? How have you made it look like a screensaver, as if you've just taken the picture and everything, like you're standing there and stuff like that? I know that's exactly in essence what it kind of is, but to get it so photorealistic in game is absolutely just mind-boggling. I'm going to be playing the absolute ever-loving hell out of Forza Horizon 5. I physically cannot wait for it and everything. I'm so hyped for it. You know, they smash it out of the park every time they drop a Forza Horizon game and stuff like that. And honestly, if they only ever made Horizon games rather than motorsport games, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But that is me being selfish and stuff like that as well. And let's move on again. I mean, I'm not going to worry about the EA games like the FIFAs, your NBAs and stuff like that. I'm going to be getting FIFA 22 literally just because me and my friends are going to be playing it and stuff like that. Like, you know, I don't really want to have to spend the money on it, but I'm going to have to and stuff like that. You know, the gameplay looks alright and stuff like that. I don't play it for, like, I mean, I don't want to play it for Ultimate Team. It's just as simple as that. Back 4 Blood, which is the big question in the community at the moment, with the open beta that just dropped, it has been received, in the way I'm perceiving it, highly negatively. Saying it is just, it's not as good as the Left 4 Dead games and stuff like that. It's very simplistic, very boring. I don't have a say in this. I don't play Left 4 Dead and everything. I have not seen too much of Back 4 Blood, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. And then one that I had no idea was coming out until I saw it on TikTok. Someone had like some early gameplay for it. Is Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba: The Hinokami Chronicles. Now, I am a massive Demon Slayer fan. I have a huge Demon Slayer tattoo on my forearm and stuff like that. It's one of the animes that I just truly love and everything. I am going to be playing the ever-loving hell out of this game, and more than likely I will be recording it. It will be on the channel and stuff like that, and you'll just have to deal with it. It doesn't have to get any views. I don't care. You know, I love the franchise. I cannot wait for Season 2 to come out in a few months' time, and the fact that they're releasing a game alongside it is just absolutely amazing, you know. Age of Empires 4 is coming towards the end of October. You know, I mean, I'm an old school Age of Empires player. I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 that we had a port for in secondary school that we passed around different computers on a memory stick. And whenever it was banned, but I can't remember what the teaching platform was, but they could access all of your computers remotely from their desk and like shut them down, take over them and stuff like that. But they would always delete, or they would always block the game being made or being played. So we would just change the name of the file that we would play it on, and it would go right through the firewall or whatever, and it was great. So I might have to give Age of Empires 4 a go, just to have to see how that goes. The fact that we're getting GTA 5 on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X in November is just ridiculous. I mean, it's to the point that I don't actually think GTA 6 is ever going to be a thing. This year will be 8 years since the original title was released. And the fact that, yeah, look, they've still put so much content into online because it's still a very well played game and stuff like that. What I've never liked is that they put so much emphasis into like the online aspects for it, but they never do anything with the campaign. I know once you've done the campaign, the game is just kind of dead, but I'm happy just buying the cars and stuff like that and driving around them, but they don't ever import them and stuff like that to it, and you know, that was kind of always a letdown for me. They are obviously releasing remakes of Diamond and Pearl for Pokemon, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Again, I think a lot of people, when they saw the trailers for it and everything, it's just a reskin of it. There's no modern what's the word I'm thinking of here and stuff like that. There's no modern gameplay aspects of it. It's literally just the same game made nowadays, so we'll have to see how that is and stuff like that. There's still a stupid ton of games that are to be announced, whether they are going to come out this year or not, but you know, look, we'll have to wait and see and stuff like that. It's a huge end of year for gaming and stuff like that. Going into 2022, we're going to have so many games to play and stuff like that. More and more games are going to keep being announced and stuff like that. And before you know it, it's June again. E3 is a thing again. And we're looking at games for the end of 2022 and stuff like that. I've just noticed a Shadow Warrior 3. What is this? I'm going off on a tangent here and stuff like that. The platform's only PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC. I can't really see it being just those. I can imagine it's coming to next gen as well, or current gen, whatever you want to call it. They released a trailer with a full gameplay coming on July 11th. So obviously that was a month ago. So I'm going to have to do some reading into this, because that is also a game I absolutely adore, the Shadow Warrior franchise. So I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below and everything. What games are you most excited for and stuff like that. If you like the video and you've gotten this far and everything, drop a like on the video as well. Subscribe down below. And as always, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.